In the depths of the dark forest, a man was running for his life. Blood trickled down his body, wounds fresh and raw, as he fled desperately from the relentless figure pursuing him. Gritting his teeth, he cursed aloud. "Damn it! This woman's like a haunting ghost!" Just as he turned, a blade slashed through the air. The woman chasing him attacked with ruthless precision, landing a vicious blow that forced the man to a halt. He stumbled and fell, unable to go any further. The woman stopped a few paces away, turning back to look at him. Her eyes burned with hatred as she spoke. "When you crippled me back then, did you ever imagine a day like this would come? Now it's my turn. I am the knife, and you are the fish on the chopping board." Without hesitation, she thrust her sword deep into his chest, watching coldly as life slipped from his eyes. As he fell, the man's mind reeled. Why did I have to end up in this game world? And at this exact moment? Outer Heaven, a highly open-ended martial arts RPG known for its freedom and brutal difficulty. Playing it felt like living in a real wuxia world. He had cleared it once already, and in his second run, he'd chosen to be a top-tier villain in the capital. But why did I suddenly transmigrate into my own game character? And right at the moment when Yingtingxua becomes the Demonic Sect's holy maiden and comes seeking revenge. He remembered, Yingtingxua had once been the daughter of Prince Xiang. But when Prince Xiang was accused of colluding with the Demonic Sect, his house was confiscated, and he was exiled. According to the laws of Great Yu, her longevity bridge was broken, severing her cultivation path. A bizarre transmigration, an inexplicable death, and now, trapped in such a world. It's too frustrating. And then, his eyes snapped open. He sat up in shock, breathing heavily, utterly confused. What's going on? Isn't this the character model I made in the game? He looked down to see a faint glow beneath his feet, and the world around him twisted. In the next moment, he realized he had taken the place of someone else. Ahead of him, a translucent system window appeared. Internal and external techniques. Pressure point technique, proficient. Wrathful yin-yang technique, supreme grade, beginner. Wrathful yin-yang technique, converts foreign true essence into your own true qi. Note, this technique can only absorb true essence, not ordinary true qi. Lifespan 3 years. Infected with a strange poison. Remaining true qi, equivalent to 10 years of ordinary cultivation. He muttered bitterly. To maximize my early game gains, I became a corrupt, lawless enforcer, a black-gloved butcher for the Empress Dowager. And because of her schemes, I was cursed with a strange poison. Combined with the hardest difficulty setting, I only have 3 years to live. At least I started with the dragon-slaying saber technique and some powerful abilities. Seems like it's only been 10 hours since I loaded this save, about a month of in-game time. Wait, a month? Just then, a guard arrived and addressed him. Commandant Qin, it's time to confiscate the household. Qin, for that was his name now, gave a cold smile. A while later, Qin stood outside a lavish estate. So this is Prince Xiang's residence, filthy rich. One soldier muttered. A servant girl hurried over. Commandant Qin, Prince Xiang's loyal retainers are all locked in the cellar, their meridians sealed. Should we inspect them? Chen waved dismissively. No need. Inside, his thoughts stirred. I'm back at the beginning of the save file. Originally, I personally shattered Yingtingxua's longevity bridge after confiscating the mansion. But then, the Bright Dark Divine Sect, a giant of the Demonic Sect, stormed into the capital and rescued her. I can't repeat the same mistake. I need a new plan. He remembered. Yingtingxua was the daughter of Prince Xiang's official wife. Her mother had died 3 years earlier, telling her with her last breath to be a good person. Perfect. I've got a plan. He tapped a system option, Wrathful Yin-Yang Technique Supreme. You can absorb your enemy's negative emotions toward you and receive rewards. Elsewhere, Yingtingxua lay alone in her room, trapped in dark thoughts. That nightmare again. Black-clad guards breaking my longevity bridge. In Great Yu, any confiscated child, boy or girl, would have their longevity bridge broken to sever their path to qi refinement. Is there truly no escape from this fate? Suddenly, the door burst open. Standing there was Chinyi, a cold smile on his lips. Finally! I get to see you. Yin Tingshua's face paled. It's you, you've come to break my longevity bridge? Just like in the dream. Negative emotion points, plus 30. Chinyi stepped forward and grabbed her chin. Of course I recognize you. He sneered. Prince Huan colluded with the bright dark divine sect. And his daughter became the Huan princess, appointed by the former cult leader as the Holy Maiden, meant to marry into the sect. Yin Tingshua's voice trembled. How do you know that? That's not important. His gaze sharpened. What matters is, what should I do with you now? Yin Tingxue clenched her jaw. You shattered my meridians, destroyed my family, you're ruthless. Chinyi's smile widened. And now you're nothing but a plaything in my hands. Yin Tingxue shoved him away. Negative emotion points, plus 35. No! I'd rather die than let a beast like you have his way with me. But Chinyi grabbed her throat, ripping at her collar. Now you have no choice. Without me, the demonic sect would take you, crown you their holy maiden, and force you to commit atrocities. Do you really want that? Yin Tingshue's fear mounted. Don't come any closer. But Chinyi ignored her, untying his robe. Think about it. Would you rather become the holy maiden, killing innocents, deceiving followers, or live humiliated and oppressed? What would your mother say? Can you face the late princess consort like that? Yin Tingxue froze, shocked. How do you know that? A memory flashed. Her mother's dying words. You must be a good person. Chenyi leaned in. I know far more about you than you imagine. And I told you, you have no choice. If you become the holy maiden, everyone in your household will be executed. Think carefully. Tears filled Yin Tingshue's eyes. I have no choice, fine. I'm yours now. But what she expected didn't happen. Chinyi stepped back, smirking as he calmly retied his robe. Yin Tingxue slowly opened her eyes. You're not going to. Chinyi chuckled. Little holy maiden, did you really think I was that desperate for a wedding night? As a commandant of the West Bureau, I lack for women? No need to hurry. What I want is to torment you. Inwardly he thought, claiming you is only a matter of time, but what I need now is to squeeze every ounce of negative emotion from you. Yin Tingxue clenched her fists. I belong to you now. Chinyi smiled coldly. And? Is that all? You'll keep calling me by name? Lowering her head, Yin Tingxue murmured. Master. Negative emotion points, plus 80. Condition met, grudge yin-yang technique activated. You reunited with your enemy. In this process your heart stirred many times. You both hate and pity her. Coupled with her intense negative emotions, your cultivation improved. First-time activation increased Yin Tingshue's negative emotions by 70%, rewarded with 3 years of true qi. Lifespan 3 years. Infected with a strange poison. Remaining true qi, 20 years. Excess true qi can be refined into true essence. Dragon slaying saber technique, not yet learned. Chenyi thought to himself. I've got 20 years worth of true qi now, more than enough to learn this saber technique. But once I learn it, I won't have enough qi left to replenish myself. Better to first master a technique that lets me absorb true qi. He turned his gaze toward Yin Tingxue, a cold smirk on his lips. Hand over the star-absorbing grand technique. Cooperate, and you won't suffer. Yin Tingxue gritted her teeth and replied. I've memorized it. Every word. Then recite it. Chenyi ordered. Taking a deep breath, Yin Tingxue sat down cross-legged in a cultivation stance and began to chant under Chenyi's instruction. Shift the stars. Heaven and earth are void, the 2 realms of light and dark, 2 sects, 3 realms. Chinyi tapped confirm on the system window, and a progress bar appeared, quickly climbing to 100%. System notification. In the first year, you began cultivating the star-absorbing grand technique. You trained quietly but failed to grasp its core principles. By the third year you glimpsed its essence, but due to an incomplete scroll, your chi circulation stalled. In the fifth year, after studying ancient classics, you managed to partially restore the technique and finally gained the ability to absorb true chi. By the 10th year, the star-absorbing grand technique reached its initial form. The scroll remains incomplete, requiring time to fully perfect. Star-absorbing grand technique fragment, beginner. Chinny gave a satisfied grin. Even if it's just a fragment, it's good enough for now. Time to inject true chi and learn the dragon-slaying saber technique. System notification. 3 years. Comprehended the move Sever the 7th Inch. Technique acquired. 6 years. Refined to minor mastery. Leveled up. 10 years. Fully understood the momentum of dragon slaying. Achieved complete mastery. Chinyi's expression brightened as he completed the techniques. He picked up a black cloth, tossed it at Yin Tingxue, and commanded, "Cover your head. We're leaving." Yin Tingxue frowned in confusion. "What's this about?" Chinyi didn't answer. A short while later, amidst heavy rain, Chen Yi and Yin Tingxue emerged from the mansion. Several guards stood watch at the gates, but Chinyi paid them no mind as he marched toward them with Yin Tingxue in tow. "I'm taking this maid to the bureau for interrogation. You continue with the confiscation," Chinyi said coolly. One of the guards scoffed. "A maid? You think we're blind? Hey boys, why should Commander Chen get to have all the fun? Shouldn't we have a little taste too?" "Heh, makes sense," another chimed in. Chinyi held Yin Tingxue's wrist firmly and led her through the downpour. She glanced at him and spoke. "I've heard of you, Chinyi. 100 Household Commander of the Western Depot. Backed by the Lin faction. Extravagant. Corrupt. All talk and no real skill." Chinyi chuckled. "No wonder you're royalty. 4 idioms in a single insult." At that moment, one of the guards called out, "Commander Chen, interrogating a convict without orders? You know that's not by the book. Hand her over to me. You may leave." Yin Tingxue turned her head toward them and sneered. "Look, your retribution has come." Chinyi's voice was cold. "By regulations, the Western Depot can override the Eastern Depot. And by rank, I'm 100 Household Commander. Under what law are you blocking me?" The guard smirked. "Commander Chen, everyone knows your true standing. Don't act rashly. We're all friends here." Chinyi narrowed his eyes. Bold words. "But I didn't expect a demonic cultist hiding among the embroidered guards." The guard's face immediately turned serious. "How do you know that?" Chinyi gave a wicked grin. "I hadn't planned to expose you. But since you just offered yourself up, I'll accept." Without warning, the 3 guards lunged at him with drawn blades, attacking in unison. A flurry of sword strikes filled the air. As the smoke and rain cleared, they looked around, but Chinyi was gone. Suddenly, he appeared behind them, his voice low and menacing. "You think you can take me down with those feeble moves?" The guards panicked, attempting to retreat, but it was too late. With a lightning-fast strike, Chinyi cut down 2 of them in an instant, clean, efficient saber strikes leaving no chance for resistance. The 3rd guard staggered back, face pale with terror. What's going on? How is he so fast?" Chinyi turned toward him, his gaze like a death god's. Before the man could react, Chinyi lunged, his saber flashing. The guard's eyes widened. "Commander Min's dragon-slaying saber technique!" Chinyi raised his hand toward the trembling guard. "This true chi. I'll be taking it." He swiftly extracted the man's true chi using the star-absorbing technique, leaving the body lifeless. Yin Tingxue, watching from a distance, felt her entire body tremble. She shrank against the wall, her face pale with disbelief. This man, terrifying. How could he be anything like the rumors, claiming he's all bluff and no substance? Chinyi slowly approached her, a sinister smile on his lips. "Weren't you gloating earlier?" He grabbed the front of her garment and leaned in, his intense gaze locking onto hers. "Remember this, you belong to me." The words struck her like a thunderclap. She lowered her gaze, lips trembling. Why are you bullying me like this?" System notification. Status, Yintingxue. Negative emotion, 85. Condition met, grudge yin-yang technique triggered. Beginner level yin-yang technique, refined 30% foreign qi, gains 6 years of cultivation. Yintingshue's resentment grants 3 years of true qi. Remaining true qi 9 years. Meanwhile, somewhere nearby, a figure clad in black crouched beside the bodies of the fallen guards. He examined their wounds and frowned. All 3 killed in a single strike, clean, efficient saber technique. His eyes narrowed. That technique, it's the dragon-slaying saber technique. But Qinyi only stole the manual a month ago. How could he have mastered it so quickly? Something's off. The man stood, his expression grim. I'll have to look into his background. If he checks out, perhaps I'll invite him to help hunt down the remnants of the Demonic Sect. Scene shift. Inside a spacious room, a beautiful woman sat, frowning slightly as she muttered to herself. That Qinyi you mentioned. I remember him. Across from her was the same man who had earlier inspected the bodies of the fallen guards. He knelt beside her and spoke seriously. Sis, keep an eye on him. There's something strange about that man. Don't underestimate him. This man was another commander like Qinyi, his name, Min Ning. The woman lying nearby was his sister, an officer named Min Ming. Min Ming teased. Ninger, it's rare to see you so interested in a man. Are you that eager to cozy up to him? Min Ning nearly choked on her tea, her face instantly flushing red. Sis, you're being ridiculous. No matter how handsome or impressive he looks, he's still just a flashy showpiece. This isn't a joke. I'll head back for now. Min Ming chuckled inwardly. A martial world man entangled in affairs of love. Well then, tonight I'll dress up and pay him a little visit myself. Let's see what he's hiding. Elsewhere, Chenyi was enjoying a hot bath, steam rising from the water as he read through a technique manual. Before I left, I snatched this off Song Shimbao. Another demonic sect technique. Should I pour my true qi into this and test it out? Just then, a cold gust of wind blew in from an open window behind him. Chenyi's senses sharpened immediately. He grabbed his clothes and sword, slipping out of the bath. Who's playing tricks? Come out! He shouted into the darkness. A figure stepped into the light. It was Min Ming. Young master, it's me. I'm sure I've seen you before, at the brothel. Weren't you one of my clients too? Come inside, let's talk, she said with a coy smile. Chenyi's expression darkened. You seriously want to come inside with me? Min Ming stepped closer, gently taking his hand. Just for one night. Even if I have to pay you. Without waiting for a reply, they both entered his room. Min Ming threw herself onto the bed, her eyes filled with flirtation. Such impatience, young master. The night is long, don't be so hasty. But hidden within her sleeve was a dagger, ready to strike. Yet Chinny had already noticed. In a flash, he shoved her down onto the bed, pinning her. Sorry, Mississippi seducing me comes at a price. Min Ming was stunned. Qin Yi's system window popped up. System notification. Target Min Ming. Possesses 10 years of foreign true qi, like an ordinary cultivator. Qin Yi smirked. Thanks for the offering, soft-boned sword, Min Ming. Then a thought struck him. Wait, wasn't she supposed to be working as a courtesan at Baiwa brothel right now? Could it be because I took Yin Tingxue away and disrupted the story's course? A butterfly effect? Min Ming's bravado crumbled. Commander Chen, please spare me. I meant no harm. Who sent you? Qin Yi asked coldly. No one. I came on my own. I heard you brought a beautiful maid from Prince Xiang's manor, so I wanted to see for myself. Qin Yi's voice turned sharper. Breaking into someone's house at night? By the laws of Great Yu, I could execute you on the spot. Min Ming lowered her head. I won't resist. I'm in your hands now, Commander Chen. If you'll allow it, I'd like to call you my sworn husband. Qin Yi scoffed. You think your looks are enough to tempt me? Don't flatter yourself. All you have is a pretty face, one you sell day after day. Don't you find that cheap? You think someone like me would struggle to tame you? His words cut deep. Min Ming's expression faltered. A new system notification appeared. System notification. Negative emotion detected 80. Condition met. Grudge yin-yang technique triggered. Absorbed resentment. Gained 3 additional years of true qi and 10 years of foreign true qi. Remaining true qi, 12 years. Chenny thought to himself. Oh? That much negative emotion, just like that? Too easy, Min Ming whispered. Commander Chun, what exactly do you want from me? Qin Yi's reply was cold and final. Leave. I don't care who sent you, stop investigating me. Really? Min Ming brightened. But before she could leave, someone called out for Chen Yi from outside. He tensed. Stepping out, he was met by Min Ning, her expression grim. Commander Min? What brings you here? Have you seen a courtesan from Baiwa brothel? She asked sharply. Chen Yi waved it off. Relax. She's fine. She tried to cozy up to me earlier, but I refused. She's over there. Min Ning's expression darkened, unsheathing her sword. Commander Chin, if you dare harm a fellow officer's relative, you'll be caned 40 times and stripped of your rank. Chin Yi sighed. I didn't lay a hand on her. Min Ning planted her sword into the ground. I'll verify this myself later. But right now, I need your help. Help with what? Chin Yi asked. Min Ning explained. Prince Xiang colluded with the Demonic Sect. Though the main culprit was executed, remnants of the sect remain hidden in the capital. I'm ordering you to assemble your men and hunt them down with me, Chin Yi chuckled. Oh? Demonic Sect remnants, can't let them off easy. He thought back to the first dungeon in Outer Heaven, the Demon Cleansing Blessing Altar, a site set up by Sword Mountain and Shangqing Dao to purge demons from the capital. Judging by the timeline, it's about to begin. And what's up with Senior Aunt Zhou? She hasn't said a word since arriving and just slipped off to a tea house. What's she doing? The tea here's nothing compared to the 1,000-year-old tea trees on the mountain. Did you notice how, the moment she arrived in the capital, she glanced in a specific direction, like she was waiting for someone? Could it be a prodigy with a profound spiritual fate appearing here? Meanwhile, in a secluded chamber, an elder of the Bright Dark Divine Sect was preparing to leave when a subordinate entered. Elderly, Brother Zunming has arrived. The old man turned. Brother Zunming? What brings you here? Chen Yi stepped forward with a friendly smile. Elderly, I brought some of the brothers to see you off. You've always covered our wine expenses. It's only right we ensure you leave safely. Elderly frowned. Isn't this a bit too conspicuous? Chen Yi leaned in. Elderly, the Eastern Depot is restless. Word is they plan to arrest you, but with us from the Western Depot stepping in, would they dare act rashly? Elderly sighed in relief. Appreciate the warning. We've long known the Eastern Depot was unreliable. In that case, naturally. Chin Yi chuckled darkly. If we're escorting the Buddha, we'll see him all the way to the west. The elder laughed and said, Haha, for Brother Zunmin to personally see me off, I'm truly flattered. Chin Yi smiled and replied, You're not going to treat me to a drink before you go? The elder chuckled. Of course, of course. I almost forgot. But before he could react, Chin Yi gently grabbed the elder's hand and said, Wait a moment, since I'm the one seeing you off, it's only right that I pour you some tea. Chin Yi then gracefully poured tea into the elder's cup. The elder thanked him with a nod and downed the tea in one gulp. Just then, a massive watercraft appeared at the dock, a long gangway extended from it. The elder stood up upon seeing it. Many thanks for seeing me off, Brother Zunmin. The boat is here. We should board now. Chin Yi smiled politely. Safe travels. As the elder stepped forward to leave, he barely took 2 steps before his expression twisted in pain. He coughed violently, blood spewed from his mouth, and he dropped to his knees. In that moment, the elder realized, Chen Yi had poisoned the tea. Before he could move, Chen Yi grabbed his neck, and with one swift motion, severed his head. Chen Yi held the severed head aloft and shouted, Western Bureau! Why aren't you helping me eliminate this evil? The officials nearby looked on in confusion, unsure of Qingyi's intent. Then Min Ning stepped forward. What are you standing around for? Follow Commander Chun and wipe out the remaining devil cultists. She charged ahead, sword drawn, and the others, seeing her bold example, rallied and joined the fight against the devil cultivators from the west. Meanwhile, Qingyi held the severed head of the elder and began absorbing its true qi. But just then, a devil monk launched a sudden attack at him. A loud blast echoed, but Qingyi dodged swiftly. He retaliated with a hidden technique, flinging the elder's severed head like a projectile. In a blink, Qingyi closed the distance, seized the monk by the skull, and smashed his head into the ground with a brutal crash. As the monk died, Qingyi absorbed his internal qi as well. Too slow, Qingyi muttered coldly. I'd better send the rest of them to the afterlife quicker. Drawing his sword, Qingyi unleashed a devastating slash, instantly cutting down several devil cultivators in one sweep. Min Ning's eyes widened in awe. So strong! He strikes down devil cultists with thunderous force. Truly chivalrous. After the battle, Qingyi absorbed the true qi from all the slain foes. But as the energy surged within him, he felt a strain. Too much qi at once, he thought. If I don't rest soon, my meridians won't hold. Min Ning approached, concern in her voice. Are you all right? I'm fine, Qingyi replied, nodding. A short while later, Min Ning brought Qingyi into town. As they rode together, Qingyi whispered, Ride with me. If I fall, take me back. Hold on tight or you'll fall off, Min Ning warned. Qingyi wrapped his arms tightly around her waist. Thank you. Here, this belongs to you. Min Ning glanced down, shocked. This is the dragon-slaying blade technique? Why are you giving it back? Qingyi smiled faintly. Yu Qianhu, has anyone told you that one of your subordinates, Chen Zuning, the execution commander of the Western Bureau, has feelings for you? The kind of fondness that exists between men? As soon as he said it, Qingyi sensed a surge of negative emotions from Min Ning. Her eyes blazed with rage as she screamed, Qingyi! You bastard, let go of me! Suddenly, the system inside Qingyi activated, condition met. Resentment Yin-Yang Art activated. Entry level, 310 years of exotic true qi detected. Absorbable amount, 30%. Gained 70 years of true qi. Bonus, 5 years from Min Ning's negative emotions. Qingyi smirked. It worked. Meanwhile, a few townspeople were whispering. That leader, so young yet so ruthless, his sword skills are terrifying. He must have trained for 20 years. Another replied, I've been in the capital for a long time. How have I never heard of someone like that? A cloaked figure listening nearby was suddenly approached by another woman. Master, the senior and junior sisters are all talking about him. Are you watching him too? The woman replied, His martial arts are impressive, but he uses killing techniques, not life-saving ones. Our Yin Sword Mountain is naturally opposed to his path. I haven't seen him in years. He's thinner now. Elsewhere, Min Ning had escorted Qingyi back to his residence. As he dismounted, Qingyi said with a smile, Thanks for escorting me home. Until next time. Min Ning gritted her teeth in frustration. Damn it! I'll never forget the humiliation from today. Later, Qingyi sat cross-legged at home, cultivating. He absorbed the remaining true qi from the enemies he had killed. Moments later, the process succeeded, and several ancient books appeared before him. Qingyi muttered to himself. Besides the yin-yang art, I currently only control 3 martial techniques. If I can perfect them all, I'll only need 1 defensive technique to become invincible in the early stages. He tapped the infused true qi option, and his consciousness entered his inner world. System message, you pour your hard-earned true qi into the technique. Every word and phrase flows through your meridians. As you observe Eagle Drop and study deeply, you're surprised to find it complements the dragon-slaying blade technique. By year 23, minor mastery. By year 37, fusion complete. A new sword style is born, Sea-reversing blade technique. Eagle drop, perfected. Dragon-slaying blade, perfected. Chenny opened his eyes, satisfied. Phew, finally completed it. Nearby, Intingxue was secretly watching him. As Chenny stepped off the bed, she realized he had noticed her, and quickly turned to leave. But Chenny stepped out and called to her. Eavesdropping isn't a good habit. Intingxue thought nervously. I overheard him speaking with another embroidered guard. That's how I found out he liked men. It made me curious. But now I've been caught, what should I do? Chenny ordered. Go fetch some water. A little later, Intingxue was washing his feet. This is your small punishment for eavesdropping, Chenny said calmly. She gritted her teeth. Why must you humiliate me like this? Chenny looked at her. Don't like washing feet? Then come to bed and sleep with me. They both lay on the bed, facing each other. Chenny whispered. Don't move. Just stay like this with me. Intingxue lay there in silence, thoughts spinning. Doesn't this man like men? Then what is he really trying to do?